In the spirit of the shepherds, spinners, and weavers of old, Faribault Woolen Mill is keeping craftsmanship alive as they create beautiful blankets from wool. The mill recently celebrated its 150th anniversary. The company that began as a small mill on the bank of the Cannon River now exports around the world, still using the same careful techniques, from fiber to finished product.
Well, the first time I came down to visit the mill was in March 8th of 2011. And I recall the day I came down, it was a cold day, and I was told that in the fall of 2010 there had been a flood on the river here, a 500-year flood, and it had left about 10 feet of water in the lower level. And we go down into this very dirty, messy, smelly basement, and that's my introduction. When you think of Carl Clemmer starting a business in 1865 at the end of the Civil War, Lincoln was president, and he starts with a one-horse treadmill-powered carding machine that he carded wool for batting from local farmers for quilts. It's such a interesting story, just thinking of the time of that, and then so end of the Civil War, through world wars, through the Great Depression, through many economic cycles, that the Clemmers and the Johnsons and the employees that passed through here really made this what it is.
This company was founded by the Clemmers, and they lived in this area, and it was passed down for generations, and the Johnsons were in it, and they were passed down for generations. My name is Mary Boudreau. I've been working here at the Faribault Woolen Mill for 60 years. I've been in the weave shop all the time. Right now, I'm just here working and trying to train people and whatever needs to be done. Things have changed in the years I have been here. Mainly machinery and adding on to the building, making more room and more machines and faster. And different blankets, different patterns we're making, and it all changes, something new designs.
I remember very early on, because we hadn't seen a machine turn on here, so one of the things when we bought it, we didn't even know if anything actually worked. And we certainly didn't know how to make it work, but as things would turn on, if we were up in this side of the building, we'd get a phone call on our cell phone that said, hey, a carding machine is turned on. You know, the spinning frames are on, a loom is running. And you go back down, and this place that was quiet, dark, cold, all of a sudden was coming back to life. And you could really feel it come back to life.
And so to see the mill come back to life after it was closed for a couple of years is not only a sense of pride, but it's almost a sense of obligation to continue it on its journey. I'm Terry Mockentune. I'm the CEO here at Faribault Woolen Mill. I think a lot of what we talk about here at the mill is that this has been on a journey for over 150 years. That there is no final destination for a company that has been passed from generation to generation and from different workforce to different workforce. To a community, they have participated in that journey for over 150 years.
This mill is one of the last fully integrated mills in the United States, meaning we start with the bale of wool. So we start with the fiber, and everything every process is applied under the roof of this building, so there's nothing outsourced. So we start with the raw fiber. It's dyed. If it needs to be dyed, it will be dyed. It will be then carded and turned into yarn, and then woven. And then we'll go through a wet processing process, drying, napped, cut, sewn, finished, and packaged and labeled. And so literally the whole thing happens right here. So this is a unique place in that everything happens here. There's 22 processes that are applied.
A lot of the equipment here at the mill, while it might be old, is also how it's still done. A lot of the other woolen mills, like a Pendleton or a Woolridge, use similar equipment as ours. The skilled workforce today that runs a lot of this these are guys and gals that either grew up on farms or like being around the auto industry. They're people that are very good with their hands. They like to mechanically think about how things can be taken apart and put back together, a real kind of mechanical engineering background.
You know, it's really a great feeling to work here, and now that we celebrated our 150th year, we're a big asset to the community with the people we employ, and our product is sold all over. We have a great variety of stuff going all over. Nice new patterns, and it's really good. So it's just kind of special to see something out in the market that you help make. A lot of people have had blankets for a long, long time, and I know I have one at home that my mother and dad got for their 50th wedding anniversary, and I forgot what year that was, but I was still in high school at that time, so, but I still have it, and it's just like new yet.
Some of the stories that I resonate the most with here are stories that relates to people getting their issued World War I or II green standard issue blanket and carrying those with them into the European theater or even the Pacific theater on that war front. And for me, that really brings alive what we do here when you can look back at pictures and stories and think about how this business has had a relationship with our United States Armed Forces for all these years, and has really played a role in this, the successful proliferation of democracy, I guess if you want to say that, and freedom throughout this world. And I think that is what we need to continue to breathe into our product here as we expand and grow as a company.